Have a fun video you'd like to see featured on NCW Life? Email us at newsphotos@ncwlife.com.
Oh! The activities in this show are performed by professionals in a well-supported environment. For your safety and that of those around you, do not attempt any of the activities you see here without proper training and an experienced team. Stopped at a red light here in Wenatchee. On the way up to the Squilchuck State Park, we're going to meet with Travis Hornby of the Evergreen Mountain Bike Alliance. Travis is going to tell us about what's going on at the park. He's going to tell us about their bike trails they're putting in there. I went and rode them last week. They're sick. And then we're going to go ride and scope out the zone. And if we're lucky, I think we might meet Cole Patton, young shredder on the scene. So, get stoked. The Arbiter of Stoke is a series that highlights a variety of outdoor adventure sports that are available in the Pacific Northwest. With a well-defined 4 seasons and the location of the Cascade Mountain Range, the PNW is the perfect place to enjoy various athletic endeavors in the mountains. I dedicate my time to enjoying this natural playground. The decision is yours. How will you keep your Stoke? My name is Tom Potter, and you're watching The Arbiter of Stoke.
For all the latest news in North Central Washington, go to ncwlife.com or find us on Facebook. Got a news tip? Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-2020.
What is happening? I'm Tom Potter, and you're watching The Arbiter of Stoke. I'm here with Travis Hornby and Cole Patton, and we are at Squilchuck State Park, and we're going to be talking about a little bit of mountain biking action that's going on up here. So Travis, can you tell me about Squilchuck State Park and what's going on up here?
Yeah. So Squilchuck State Park has a long history of outdoor recreation. Way back in the day, it used to be a ski mountain, then it kind of transferred to state parks. And it almost got shut down a few years back, 2009. Evergreen started working with the state park system to come up with a plan that's viable to keep it open, because it's a great asset for the community. And back and forth, the relationship kind of waned and grew. Finally, we came up with, about 3 years ago, we came up with a plan, congealed plan with the state parks to come up with a mountain bike trail system and a skills park system so that we could keep it open.
Right on. So the Evergreen Mountain Bike Alliance is spearheading this whole project. Can you tell me a little bit about what the Evergreen Mountain Bike Alliance is?
Yeah, Evergreen Mountain Bike Alliance is a Washington State largest mountain bike organization. We build, design, and maintain trails. Basically, we're trying to make Washington State a great place to ride. And we are, for the most part, our Central Washington chapter is all volunteer based. And we run our budget based on private donations. And that's kind of where we're at right now for our Central Washington chapter.
Right on.
Perfect. I like it. You're higher. Yeah, just a big platform. So take a look. This thing's 10 feet. Here's 6 in the middle of this print. Okay.
So overall, Squilchuck has what type of mountain biking to offer?
The overall concept for Squilchuck State Park is to have people start from beginner, advance their skills all the way to advanced skill levels. So that's kind of where we're at right now, is establishing that from where you can come up, take a class for beginners, and as well as advanced riders have the opportunity to come and get excited too.
Right on. Now, Cole, you've had a lot of experience riding in the professional mountain bike circuit. How do you feel Squilchuck has aided your riding as far as training goes, or racing, just overall? How do you feel about the park?
It's helped me a lot. I ride up here all the time. We do clinics up here for beginners, like Travis said. After those clinics, I can go out and take a rip on my bike and get just as good a riding as anywhere. I think it's a great spot for the whole family to come. And it's really a spot you need to mark on your map if you want some good riding in all different types.
So, Travis, about how long has the Evergreen Mountain Bike Alliance been working on the trails up here at Squilchuck?
So the history goes back quite a while, but we got really focused 3 years ago with building single track trails and this skills park area that has 3 phases, from very beginners to advanced stuff with 15-foot gap jumps. But 3 years ago we really got focused with the plan and really put tools to dirt, and that's kind of about the short history. It goes back longer than that, but
Right on.
yeah.
Sweet. So, if I were to come up here as a novice rider, just out of the Wenatchee Valley, would I be able to find some good riding up here?
Great riding. What we kind of have is a stack loop system, and it's kind of a intermediate. If you look at the basic run as green, blue is more advanced to black is super advanced, then we have pretty much green and blue runs here. So it's more of a cross-country kind of feel. We're working on some private landowners to expand where we can get a little bit more aggressive for the younger riders that really want to huck their meat around, but still have it so mom can ride that trail and watch her son have fun on the sides.
Sweet.
Is your vehicle in need of a quick oil change or tune-up before hitting the road this summer? Stop by Quick Lube and Tune, the home of the good guys at 610 South Wenatchee Avenue.
Where else in the area do we have mountain bike advocacy groups working on building trails? Do we have anything else in the Wenatchee Valley?
So Central Washington chapter includes Wenatchee, includes Leavenworth, Lake Chelan. That's kind of our scope where we are, as well as some of East Wenatchee. We have trail systems happening at Ski Hill right now, working with the Forestry Service on that. Also, we have two or three new trails happening this summer up at Ski Hill. Another big project is happening up in Lake Chelan is Echo Ridge. Echo Ridge is a small ski resort during the winter when they have snow, and in the summertime it turns into a mountain bike mecca. And there's more trails expanding up there. We also are working with the Forest Service on we're in the final phases of planning for number 2 Canyon. Number 2 Canyon, if that gets kicked off, will be 35 plus miles of trail, and that will include everything from advanced riding, directional riding, to stack loop systems from beginners to advanced as well.
Awesome. So, Squilchuck State Park is on state land, correct?
Yes.
What kind of other land management groups are we dealing with when we're talking about all of these other trail systems?
So it's about collaboration and coming up with a vision that makes everybody happy. And how that works is working for a common goal. Common goal of more access for state land, more access for federal land, and state parks and feds and even private landowners realize that our chapter does a really good job of building, designing, and maintaining trails.
Right on. Sweet. So besides Squilchuck, Cole, what are some other places in the area that you just totally dig riding at?
I ride a lot at Sage Hills, Ski Hill. There's a lot of great trails up there and a lot more coming in. That loops into Froyne Canyon, number 2 Canyon. There's a lot, and you can pretty much connect everything around here together. So every trail we have is great and really well built by Evergreen, and super thankful to have them here.
Sweet.
You know where that little jump is, Travis? It's right above there.
Yeah. That heads back down toward the bottom, right? Beautiful. You did? Well, it gives you appreciation for good trail work. Yeah. So you don't know what you're talking about, you're crushing it.
Just a figment of your imagination.
Do you guys know of any other agencies that might be building bike trails in the area, or is Evergreen pretty much the mothership of all bike trail building?
I don't know of any other mountain bike specific trail builders in the area. We're kind of the leads on that in the whole state. We have 9 different chapters across the whole state, and Evergreen is the leader in all of those.
Okay.
We collaborate with other organizations that are into biking that maybe not actually be building the trails. So for example, we partnership with Adventure Wenatchee, Outdoor Wenatchee, and the Velo Club. The Velo Club is a road riding. Yes, we get along with road riders. And we've done a lot of collaboration on fundraising, as well as Velo's come up here and done a full work party day. 35 people showed up.
Wow,
we got
sweet.
a lot done. So, and it's a great collaboration piece.
Nice. So, say I wanted to help out with the Evergreen Mountain Bike Alliance. what would be the best way to go about doing that?
We'd like an email from you, Central Washington info at evergreen.org, or our website, Central Washington Evergreen, or even our Facebook, which is Central Washington Evergreen Mountain Bike Alliance.
Okay, so I just shoot you an email?
Shoot an email, someone will get in contact with you, set you up where the work parties are happening from Lake Chelan all the way down to Wenatchee and Leavenworth too.
Right on.
Are you wanting high-speed internet but don't have access to PUD fiber? Try Sky-Fi high-speed wireless internet from LocalTel. Call 888-8888 today.
So you said this process has taken about 3 years to get where Squilchuck State Park is today. What plans does Squilchuck Park have for the future?
So currently we have about 3 miles of single track done. We're expanding that to an additional 4 more in the next couple of years. Also, we have the Skills Park. We completed phase 1 last year, which includes some tabletop jumps that are progressive from a 2-foot tabletop to a 7-foot tabletop. The skinnies, a classroom. To phase 2 we're halfway done with phase 2. We have a little kids pump track. Also now we have a dual slalom course. You can race your buddy. Dad can come up here and race his kids. And then we'll move it into the big kahuna lines, which are going to be a lot more aggressive. We're talking 10, 15-foot gap jumps.
Sweet.
So kids can come up here and huck their meat.
Cool. As far as the single track goes, you said you've got about 3 miles of single track currently?
Yep.
And that's going to be expanded to roughly how much?
So it's connecting, there's a lot of network up here and it's kind of a cobweb. We're connecting 7 miles of new trail to an almost existing 7 miles of trail that is up here. So we'll have over 14 miles of continuous riding.
Sweet.
So it's a great expansion and making those network of trails that are out here connect.
Right on. Now, Cole, how would you describe the style of trails that is featured here at Squilchuck? As far as like the terrain features and whether it's lots of climbing or descending, like if you were just to explain it to me, if I was going to go ride with you, how would you tell me about this?
It's definitely a true cross-country trail system. The trails are super flowy, lots of switchbacks, and smooth. It's in the middle of a forest. You could almost consider it like Doothy type riding on their smooth cross-country trails.
Cool.
There's ups, downs, and a couple wooden bridges. Lots of cool features out there on the trails that are really fun to ride.
Sweet. But there's nothing too crazy, like mandatory gaps in the woods?
Nope. No,
any
not at all.
rocky faces I'm gonna have to ride down?
No, just like Travis said, I mean, it's a trail system where you can bring the whole family and mom can ride everything, but then eventually we're gonna have those other more advanced lines along the side of these other cross-country trails.
Awesome. This place sounds sweet.
Yeah, awesome.
Hell yeah. Cool. Well, I think that about covers it for those questions. Are you guys stoked or what?
This is awesome. We can't do it without volunteers. We're a volunteer rider-built trails group, and that's how it happens.
Awesome. One other question I had was, how does all this trail building impact the natural environment that we're dealing with here? Because this is a state park, and it's apparent that trail building can be invasive into any environment. Can you touch on that subject a little bit?
So I think it's important that people realize that access actually preserves resources. If you can actually go out there and give people access, they're going to enjoy it, love it, and they're going to respect it. This isn't a new thing. The Forest Service, I've had this conversation with them a lot. Once they establish appropriate access, and that's talking about infrastructure, meaning toilets, trailheads, parking lots, natural resource destruction goes away almost. You're always going to have some of it, but for the most part, the better we do about having proper access, the better we actually protect the natural resources that we love.
I love it. It's awesome, man.
Awesome.
Travis, thanks a lot, brother.
Appreciate it.
Cool.
Thank you very
Awesome,
much.
dude. Thanks a lot, guys. See you next time on the Arbiter of Stoke.
Stay up to date with what's happening in North Central Washington. Go to the NCW Life Community Calendar at ncwlife.com.